Welcome to Jerry Talks, and I'm weighing in what the CJ just said, and I've seen a lot of reaction online and everywhere. People are really what the CJ has done. He has played his part in giving advice, and that is what is mandated by the law to do, and that's what he has done. However, we should also acknowledge and also be aware that the president has advisors, and there are so many people giving pieces of advice, and it is upon him to choose which one to act upon. To bring you up to speed, we understand that the 11th Parliament tried to enforce this legislation and it failed. And you are also aware that this Parliament has also tried in vain. But what I want to talk about is the systemic problem that we have. You cannot, in a democracy, people choose what they want, and you cannot force people to do what they really don't want. That's a dictatorship, not a democracy. Therefore, Kenya being a democratic republic, it is not in order to force people that you have to elect this number of people. We have to that gender rule that we have to elect this, and at the same time. Being a patriarchal society, you understand what we have is a systemic problem, which can be not be solved by elections. And I think that's why the constitution put it there so that it can be enacted so that we can solve those systemic problems. However, it cannot be done through elective posts. Let's talk about parliament. If you are choosing a member of parliament and the gender rule has not been taken into consideration, we don't blame the parliamentarians because they don't elect themselves. Therefore, elective posts are out of the two-thirds gender rule because we need to talk to people who elect the others, the electorate. We have to talk to the community so that we can change our perception and our standards which we have put upon ourselves. To my thinking, what should be done, maybe according to this, and don't tell us, that, we are not lawyers, we cannot understand the Constitution. Then there is no need of having the Constitution if the usual Mwananchi cannot understand it. It was written in a language and it is put in a way that even the mama can understand. That's why it belongs, it is our article, it is the supreme law of the land, and it is inevitable that it should be understood by everybody. And therefore, what we are talking about here is the appointing the committees that we talk about appointments. If you are appointing people, then you need to consider that gender rule. If you are choosing a cabinet, like now, directly, let's talk about the cabinet. That's not an elective post. Yes, it's an appointing post where you appoint people. Therefore, you are supposed to observe that. Let's put parliament aside. Talk about other parastatals, other organizations, other bodies. If this has been observed in other bodies which do not do elections and they do appointments, therefore, we can as well say, yes, it has been observed. But per se, we cannot say that Parliament has failed to enact that legislation because, you see the composition of Parliament. And again, even if they do it, they cannot go back and choose people from the village and say, even though you have a representative, now we want to choose another representative because of the gender rule. No, we need to look at it in a broader view, and even if we talk about it, and finally, I'm not. That's my view today, and also I invite you to write your views, write your comments. What do you feel? What do you think? Finally, if we go ahead and dissolve Parliament today, if Parliament is dissolved today, And we tell people go back to elections, and then the president decides yes to take the advice that he has been given and decides to act on it, and within the period that is stipulated in the constitution, then he says, go back to elections. Do you think the electorate will choose the leaders regarding the gender rule? Will they? That's my question. So it's not all about Parliament that, Parliament has failed. Yes, we understand. I'm not taking their side, but, there is a little they can do. They can say, okay, we have passed it and it must be done. But do they choose? Do they do elections? Can they go to the ground and talk to Mwananchi that, as much as you love your member of Parliament, now we need a lady to take over? Those are questions pertinent questions that we got to ask ourselves. Keep on commenting. Bring your comments. Jerry Talks on AJR.